that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me.
That's more important thing in life.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you, I say shalom. Lord willing, this video edifying. It's going to be sitting around that what you just seen. And, you know, hey, man, I'm starting to feel bad for little Kanye, man, you know, because clearly, you know, hey, he's had enough. You know, he's had his mind played with. He had his money played with, his wealth, his assets, you know, his creative designs, his family. You know, the list goes on. Yeah, he's had everything stripped from him, right? All because of what? He spoke out the truth, right? And in this latest episode, right, Kanye speaks even more of the truth, something that we've all already known, you know, because we, you know, those of us who know the truth and accept it, we understand that it requires a great deal of sacrifice, you know, and rituals and certain things you have to do to get to a certain level in this society. You know, you pretty much, you got to worship Satan, you know, pretty much just, you know, sacrifice and worship Satan, you know, and, you know, he's coming out pretty much saying that he, you know, his mom was part of that covenant that he made with Satan. And then he went on and he basically whistleblowed on a couple other people who had to make their sacrifices, you know. And if you are a so-called celebrity, A-list, B-list celebrity, you've had to, you know, do some things that you might necessarily didn't want to do. But you had to because you made that covenant with death, right? And ultimately, that's what's plaguing this man's mind, right? Because now he sees that all of the things in which he so-called gained were nothing at all. You know, he's starting to see that the truth is more more important. And that's because the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, ultimately is put on him to a certain degree, man. All spirits are the Heavenly Father spirits, and the Lord put this spirit on this man to come out and pretty much be a whistleblower, man, because we know that he comes from, his background is nothing but, the entertainment industry, So, it's interesting. It's real interesting times that we in to see, all of this information come out, right? This is Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? And that's what this man lost. He lost his soul. He had everything. But here it is, he was still complaining. Still mad. He was the richest so-called black man to ever be in America. Allegedly in history. So they say. The richest Jake in history, which we know, King Solomon had way more money than he could ever wish. But in this modern age, Kanye, was worth like 11 billion or something like that. In this modern era, he was. But now what? It was all stripped away from him like nothing. Why? Because he didn't really own it. It wasn't really his. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And now, he gave everything, man. He gave everything, and in return, they still took everything that they gave to him away from him. Here it is. He gave his mom, gave up his marriage, his children, right? Because that's what happens when you sell your soul, right? That's what happens when you go down to Esau. You bend and need a ball and you receive these riches, because, it's not the devil, the prince of this world, man, So he could give it to you all, but the thing is, it's not going to last long, man, and the things in which you give to get it really ain't even worth it. Because they might require something else from this nigga Kanye, man. They might require something else, and with the way he popping his gums, I wouldn't be surprised if they came after him next, right? This is 1 Timothy 6:7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. See, and people seem to lose sight of that in this hell in which we in right now, man. Because things like that don't really get pushed to you. You don't really hear about things like that. You think you're gonna get rich, and you think you get that money. Mission accomplished. You beat the game. But really, the more money you get, the more you're exposed to the truth and how things work. And it's only more, it's only more, what's the word? It's only more heavy on you, for lack of better words, Now you're seeing everything for what it is. Now you realize that you made this sacrifice. You killed your mom for nothing. Because you thought that, you was going to be at the top, and now you realize, well, you'll never be at the top. You'll never be in a position to make a significant change for your people, for your situation. You're going to always be eating out of another man's hand, And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. See, and that's why the men of the Lord, we content. with the little bit we got, because we understand that rich is just corrupt. You know, they help you lose focus because they give you more access to the things in this world which do nothing but take you off the journey. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and the snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. See? And another example of that is which we see happening to Kanye, right? He fell into that snare, you know, and now later on in his career, you know, he's having this resurgency to you know, try to follow, you know, what he feels is the truth of the Lord. You know, he's still calling on Jesus though. Still, you know, still calling on God, right? He ain't saying the true names or the true names, man, because really Kanye is on a low level when it comes to this truth, right? So, you know, hey, be careful what you ask for, because I'm pretty sure he didn't think it'll be all these things. You know, once he achieved the goals in which he set out to achieve, he didn't think he would have so many obstacles. He didn't think it'll be so many snares, so many things looking to take him out and down, especially in this world, man. You know, Esau, he didn't want to give you niggas money. He only doing it because he trusts that you gonna keep your people in a docile state of mind, man. You know, so the moment you decide to try to go against the grain, you know, you're going to get Kanye, you know, a modern lynching, right? For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. And one of those sorrows he got is the plague of the mind. Because he knows what he had to do to get those things, man. To get the lifestyle in which he achieved, right? He knows what he had to do. And guess what? His mind is clearly just being, you know, is his conscience is fucking him up, man. Eating him alive. Coming out just straight up telling the world what you did to your mom, man. That's fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord, man. You know, it's very important. You know, because he could do anything to you, man. He'd take you off your high horse. You know. And I got a feeling this ain't you know, all we gonna hear from Kanye. It's gonna be more, you know, up until his death, I believe. You know, Sirach 25:13, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of the woman, right? And you know, that's what Kanye has. He has the plague of the mind, man. You know, starting to regret all the things in which he did. Right? Now he trying to go against the grain. You know, well, hey, you in too deep, buddy. You know, you in too deep, and I doubt. You know, you start calling on the Lord. You know. So it's just, you know, interesting times we in, man. You know, this man was once revered as, you know, arguably one of the greatest producers ever, and now he's nothing, man. Over, you know, in the last month, he's became nothing. You know, but anyways, with that one, give all praise and the glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat Shimmer Kakodash Wa Abba and DTA.